Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So this is gonna be my first video, well, in this little series. This is the first time I'm going to try to do a series here. I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube, a lot of different instructional videos, stuff like that. And I figured I was gonna try to do one for the normal guy. See a lot of restoration videos, a lot of big, huge undertakings that people are doing on these old classic cars and stuff. And basically, we're going to attempt to do the majority of the work right here in the garage. I probably should have started documenting this the first day. I didn't. I kind of wish I would have. But I have a couple videos from the night that we brought the car home. I'll try to stitch that in here and on this first video. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. I have a little about myself. I've messed with these vehicles for a while. This is actually my second 62 Impala. We went with a 62 this time, mainly because, like, obviously what's out there, what you can find, how much of a project you want, but also because of I'm pretty familiar with it, so I think that'll make things a lot easier too. Kind of wanted to build something with my son. He's showing a lot of interest in working on vehicles. We worked on his truck, did a few things, and he was all into it. So I thought, you know what? It's time to go ahead and start something with him. He's 16 now. He'll be 17 in November. So as we all know, man, like, they grow up fast. But anyways, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to start showing you kind of where I'm at, and then I will try to upload videos, maybe once a week or something, to kind of show progress and show things that we're doing. But the first thing I want to do is just basically give you a runaround of where we're at, where we're starting, and then we'll just kind of document and go from there. See where we end up, I guess you could say. So if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'll try to help you as much as I can. I mean, I'm not going to gatekeep over here. Whatever I find out, places that I find that are selling things, places, where stuff is for sale, stuff works, stuff doesn't work. I'll let you know. You got any questions, let me know. I mean, I know sometimes it can be frustrating. You can't find this, you can't find that. So, yeah, so let's get to it. Sorry about that. That's about it for me. Enough of me. I know you guys want to see the car, so here we go. All right, here we are. So, like I said, we're trying to do most of this on our own. I mean, we're right here at the house in the garage. I got a 3-car garage, so got a little bit of room. The wife has to park outside now, but she'll be all right. Worst comes to worst, I have a little carport in the back where she could park if the weather gets bad. So anyways, there's the car. 62 Impala, 2-door hardtop. It's actually really, really solid. When we first got it, as you can see the little video I stitched in when we pushed it in here, everything was here. We actually already started, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to start documenting this. So I'm probably about a week behind. But hey, here we are. This is where we're going to go. So we already took the windshield out. We took most of the glass out except for the quarter windows. I haven't got those out yet. Pretty happy. The channels are all nice. Don't have no rot or nothing. I was really worried about that. The car is surprisingly solid. As you can see, somebody started this thing before. It's got the old rallies on it. Those are coming off. But somebody started it. It's pretty straight. I mean, all this is going to come off, though, just to make sure we're, you know, solid. This right here is probably going to be a video in itself. I've got an idea how to fix this. I don't think there's actually a real fix for it, but we will be fixing it. But, you know, roof is solid. Come to the back. So as we were sitting here waiting to just kind of, you know, figure out where to start, we actually started sanding down this trunk, got it down to the metal. As you can see, the black, it did have a little bit of rust. So again, I'm going to be learning too on some of this stuff. One thing that I found was this stuff here. Bought it at the PPG store. I guess you can, from what I'm reading, you can use like a vinegar and water solution. This stuff worked really good. This was like 12 bucks for a bottle. They do have like, it does come in a gallon, which will be the next one I get. I only used a little bit. I just wanted to see what I'm doing. This is the only thing I've taken down so far. Just kind of messing around with it. But yeah, took the metal down, or took the paint down to the metal. It still had kind of a orange look to it. You'll see in the picture. So once you get it down to the metal, you still have that orange look to it. That rust is not dead. I mean, it's still active. Spray that stuff on there, man. Keep it wet. Keep it wet, you know, soak it down. Keep it wet for probably 15, 20 minutes. This rust will actually turn black, as you can see. Okay. Once it turns black, it's neutralized. So I seen how good it worked, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna tear it. We're not gonna take anything down yet. We're gonna get it ready to where we're at that point, and I'm gonna soak this whole car with that. You see, you got a lot of surface rust here. It's all surface rust, so that's good. But the trunk is pretty solid. We cleaned it out. Had some tools in here. I was messing with those torsion bars, the hood hinge torsion bars yesterday. I think I have a problem with the actual hinges though, because when I put the torsion bars in, it was getting hung up. So I think I'm going to end up just going with like some billet aluminum ones with the shocks. Obviously, it's been changed already. There's a red one, there's a blue one. So something's going on. Now, right now it's actually staying up, which is surprising. But anyways, the trunk itself, you can see it's pretty solid. This has been patched. I do have a new floor pan already for it. The rest of it though, I mean, you look all back in here, it's all pretty solid, man. It just needs to, you know, be taken down and recovered. I mean, that's just paint. I mean, it's pretty solid. I do have a little daylight showing there. This isn't gonna be a major thing though. I think I'm gonna spot weld that back and then put some more of the, what do you call it, body sealer on there, and I'm gonna call that good, man. I mean, from the underside, it's actually pretty solid. The trunk lid, you know, it looked good up there, but once I took this back cowl panel off, or not cowl panel, cove panel off, you can see we had a little bit of rust here. Yeah, so I know this can be fixed. Good thing about this is all these little holes, these little pinholes, are behind the cove panel. So I mean, I'm still on the fence of if I'm gonna try to fix it or if I'm gonna just try to replace it. I do have a lead on another trunk lid. If I can get a hold of that, I'll just swap this trunk lid out. Probably sell this one. But you know, your pockets are all still good. There is a little bit of work that needs to be done down at the bottom of them, but all the way across, it's pretty solid. Little bit of work here. I can do all this. This ain't no big deal. I can fix this. So that's the trunk. Okay, coming back around the back side. Same thing. Got that little crack, a little stress crack right here. It's the same thing on the other side. It's very common in these cars. That's that X frame, and I mean, I've seen them where they've cracked a couple inches down. Luckily, I'm not that far yet, but I have a plan for this. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably drill a bigger hole here, put a plate in behind it, and plug weld it a few times, just to give it a little bit of structure behind it, because this is literally just thin sheet metal. And then we'll just kind of body work that down. The good thing is this crack pretty much is hidden by the trim that goes here. So if I can just strengthen this up, I think, to keep it from spreading, obviously I'll try to weld that back too, the best I can. But you can't just weld that, because there's going to be a lot of stress there. It's just going to break again. So, but yeah, so coming around here, you know, you can see like the rear window channels are pretty solid. Like I said, this is a little bit longer video. It's just a introductory video, basically, of what we got here. Okay, see the doors, quarter panels. Looks like I got a little bit of an issue here that I'm gonna have to take care of. But other than that, I mean, biggest thing here was these rockers. The rockers are nice, man. The rockers are solid. Getting inside the car, floor pans. So I got everything off the doors, glass out, everything. Factory padded dash. Nothing crazy. I did like the padded dash though. So the floors, biggest thing. Everybody wants to know, how good are the floors? Oh, you can see the rockers. Rockers are solid. So we're good. That's a huge plus. Okay. Floor panels. Floors are nice, man. The back is good. Back seats are good. These are good. We can save this. We can. We're gonna clean it up a little more. I already vacuumed everything. Now we're gonna get in there with a wire brush. Try to get all the loose stuff. We're gonna pour 15 all of this. Okay. Now getting up here to the front. Excuse me. Somebody tried to patch this before. This is coming out. Yeah, you can see here. Factory welds here, the lip that hangs over all this. So we're gonna get all this out. I've never done this, but I'm gonna do it. The brace under here is bad, but I already have my panels, or my floor pans, and my braces to go on it. We're gonna do both sides, and then once we get that right, get it all smoothed in. So, you know, like the hump is still there. The hump is good all the way down the middle. We're good, man. This is a very solid start. I'm sure you've seen some that are in worse shape. I mean, a lot worse shape. We're going to fix this. This ain't no big deal. We can get this. Right now, we're just kind of in the tear down part. So back up to the front windshield. Like I said, it's real solid. We're gonna clean all this out, strip it all down. I've been using citrus strip. I'll get to that in a second though. Yeah, so shit, get my shadow out of here. So this is it. Like I said, it is really solid. You know, you look at the grill, like the grill is really nice. It does have the headlight bezels. I actually just took those off this morning, and then I thought, man, I need to start documenting all this. But I mean, it's in really good shape, man. We got a really solid project here. Okay. So, yeah, over here, I mean, I've got the seats here. Yes, obviously they have to be redone. The other seats are here. I got all the trim all the trim was there. I'm missing one piece of trim. I've already got a lead on that too. Bumpers, the other bumper I got down there, just kind of out of the way. Here's my my floor pans. So the braces were already in there, brand new braces. I guess whoever started it was going to do it, but they didn't. Got the floor pans at Summit Racing right here in Arlington. Just ran over there. They had them in stock. I think the trunk pan was like $99. Got the two floor pans there. One was like $150. One of them was like $130. I don't remember which was which. So basically, it was right at right at $400, I think, for all the pans. But I knew that was the first thing I needed to do. Got my glass out. My hood here is going to get replaced. Okay, so the hood. Let's see if I can get the other side. So the hood is actually pretty solid. But here on this front lip, where they always tend to do, got a few little rust holes up here, little pinholes. This one here is actually for the molding, but this is not. Let's see, you got all these little pinholes. Now, if that was it, that would be easy. Sorry about that. If that was it, that would be easy to fix. But when you get under here, just like these hoods are known to do, this front lip, see the inner structure part is basically gone. I mean, you're talking like 2 inches back. Now, granted, that probably can be fixed, but I'm not messing with that. I actually have another hood that I found. A friend of mine's got it. I'm gonna be picking that up for sure. And then just depending on the deal he's able to work, may get the trunk lid too. We'll see. But I'll update all that later. As far as stripping it down, this is what I was saying I use. This stuff right here. Hey, you can get this at Home Depot. Doesn't smell as bad. I think it's $18 or something for this 64 ounces. Works good. Doesn't smell as bad. Stick it on, brush it on with a brush. Let it sit and, give it 15, 20 minutes. Everything will start bubbling up. Just scrape it off, man. I just use just a plastic scraper, so I'm not gouging the metal. I just use a little plastic scraper, man. Pretty good edge on it, and this stuff's just coming right off. And this paint's 60 years old, so it don't take much. Few little concerns, like I said, those cracks and this here. I'm gonna have to take this down, figure out what's going on here. Like I said, somebody started the body work before, so I don't know, but obviously that's not gonna work. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna try to do the majority of this car ourselves. I'll be picking up a rotisserie here soon from a friend of mine. So the first thing we're doing now is basically just shaving weight. I got we got all the glass out, we got the interior out. We'll probably take the trunk lid off. Gonna take all of the front end off. I started this morning messing with the bezels, and I was gonna get the rest of this off, and I figured I'll start documenting this. So I'll be back with an update on where we're at, and we will try to keep this updated, man. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, let's talk, man. Here's one thing I do. I was in the Marine Corps, and this was a pretty big deal for us. I was an aircraft maintainer. So this is what we used to do, and this works, okay? So when I take stuff off, I like to bag it and label it. I know it's a little repetitious. I know it's a little time consuming, but trust me, when you go to putting everything back together and you have a bucket full of bolts and screws and nuts and washers, and this is going to save you so much time in the end. What I do is I just bag everything, I use these little Ziploc snack bags and some little small ones. Just label it, and then what I'll do is I'll seal them and I'll throw them all in one big bag, you know, and then I can just put it up on the shelf or whatever. But, you know, like I said, it may sound repetitious. That's fine. I'm telling you, this will save you so much time in the end when you go to putting stuff back. But anyways, I just kind of want to, that's a little, I guess, a little tip from me. But yeah, so that's where we're at, and this is basically where we're starting. We've only had the car about what, 2 weeks maybe. I think Tuesday will be 2 weeks, and we've already, you'll see in the little video, or you could see in the little video when we pushed it in, we got it home, you know, how much we've taken down and taken apart, and really just giving it a couple of days or a couple of hours every day, you know, after work or whatever. Today's Sunday, so probably do a few things until football starts, and then just, you know, there's no rush. We do want to, we have a goal of getting this thing on the road by Christmas of next year. That's our goal. I think it's very attainable. You know, I really don't think it'll be that bad. We're not building a full show car. We are building a car to drive around, cruise around. But we want a car that's clean enough to where, hey, there's a local show, let's go enter it. We do want a clean, nice ride. So, but anyways, that's where we're at. I appreciate your time. I'll go ahead and wrap this one up for now, and we can start getting these uploaded and start building a little channel here, man. All right, appreciate it, guys. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and that way you know when I post the next one. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Okay, guys, so I'm back. Made my video this morning. I was telling you guys that I was going to try to start documenting everything. Well, after I got it done, I decided I was going to start messing around with the car today and did a few more things. So I wanted to go ahead and add this into the video before I start editing and getting it uploaded. When I left off, this whole front end was here. So as you can see, we went ahead and got the core support out, the radiator out, the headlight bezels, the grill, the headlight buckets. It all came apart pretty well, pretty easily. These two mounts up here, though, holy crap, I could not get those out. I ended up having to cut off the bolts with the grinder and a cutting wheel, because they were rusted. They weren't coming out. But everything else came out pretty good. Came out pretty easily. One thing I found, didn't notice, I knew there was, you know, a little bit of work that was going to have to be done on this fender. I did see this when I bought it. I did not really pay attention to this, which I probably should have. But it's okay. I'm going to end up having to get a new fender. But looked in here inside. You could tell there was a little bit of shoddy body work done there. There's your Bondo poking through. The rust holes obviously were not fixed. I know that can be fixed. I know people are going to say, oh, you can fix that, you know. I know it can, but it's not going to be fixed as good as if I just replaced it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Radiator, fluid in the radiator was actually really clean. Really surprising. I'm pretty certain that this motor will run. I was not going to put the effort into messing with it, though. Just going to pull it out and sell it. Hopefully somebody local will come get it. I plan on redoing it anyway, so wasn't really going to mess with that too much. But I was really surprised how clean the radiator fluid was. Like I said, you know, obviously some stuff has been done to this motor. You know, there's a new fuel pump. That distributor cap looks pretty new. That starter down there looks pretty new. The oil inside the oil canister actually looks good. Even the carburetor doesn't look too terribly bad. So if I really put a little bit of time into it, I probably could get this thing running. But I don't want to expend the effort in it. It's just, I'm not keeping it, so just get rid of it. But anyway, so that's where we're at. I'm going to call it quits for the day. Got that off. Next step's going to be we're going to start stripping the paint off of this fender. This fender actually, looking inside the doors here, it actually looks okay. There's very minimal rust down at the bottom. So I'm going to try to get it down to the metal. Once I get it pretty close, I'll go ahead and pull it off, and then that way I can strip it down a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that citrus strip on there I was talking about, let it sit, scrape it off, and then whatever's left, I'll recoat it once I get it off, and then I'll actually blow it off with the pressure washer. I stripped a boat like that, little aluminum boat, a few years back, and it worked amazing. So that's what I'm gonna do, and try to at least get it in primer and just put it away. But yeah, everything else, you know, the cowl panel, we got all that stuff off. Everything came out pretty good, pretty easily. No real surprises other than that one fender, which really shouldn't have been a surprise. But anyways, that's where we're at. Just wanted to update that. I'll edit this into that video. This was a big, longer introduction video. So now you guys know where we're at, and I will keep you updated with the next video on where we're at and how far along we're going. All right, thanks guys.